A fellow officer that you've been verbally abusive in a public place, which would be a section 4A public order.
I have it all recorded, officer.
That's fine. Police
She's
officer.
lied to you. Now you've threatened me with arrest, which has now made me have to give my details. So I will have to make a call to my solicitor.
This episode is brought to us by News Now Yorkshire. In this episode, News Now Yorkshire is operating a drone outside a police station when a sergeant chooses to lead with ego rather than the law. She baselessly claims that he swore at her, an allegation that the footage immediately disproves. Rather than addressing him directly, she hides behind a wall of colleagues to reinforce a narrative that simply doesn't stand up to scrutiny. Ultimately, this abuse of authority backfires, as the legal consequences demonstrate that while a sergeant may invent a story on the street, she cannot manufacture evidence in a courtroom.
For any particular purpose? Is it a hobby? Is it a research project? Anything like that?
I don't know yet at the minute.
Okay.
Just sort of flying around, see what happens.
Right. I understand that officers just tried to have a word with you on the way into the car park.
She sort of shouted at me in a plainclothes personal car, so I didn't have a clue who she was.
Apparently you've told her to pee off.
Did I?
That's what she said to us. If that's the case, that's not acceptable, is it?
Well, that's why we wear independent witnesses that never lie.
Right. What do you mean by that? Right, okay. Well, yeah, I've got mine on as well, so...
Well, thanks for letting me know.
Can I take your details, just so we know what you're doing, and you're recorded on our systems, and we've got the fact what you're doing, and to make sure you're not up to no good?
No, I'd rather not, if that's okay.
Okay. Why is that?
Because I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, I just need to make sure that you're not, like, sort of in line with any terrorist groups or anything like that you could be using for hostile reconnaissance or anything of that nature.
Do you suspect I'm a terrorist officer?
Well, I don't know until I speak to you. Do I? Until I take your details and check you through.
Is that what you do with everybody?
If you're being verbally abusive to people, then you have technically committed a public order offence for which I would require your details.
Okay.
They descend on him with a pre-packaged script, treating a sergeant's unsupported allegation of swearing as though it were an established fact, using it to justify their aggressive approach. News Now Yorkshire refuses to be drawn into their verbal trap, instead cutting straight through the noise by pointing to his camera, a move that immediately exposes a gap between an officer's allegation and the objective reality captured on video. When a profanity claim fails to generate compliance, they pivot to a far more troubling tactic, invoking terrorism as a justification for a mandatory identity check without any apparent foundation. This is not a genuine intelligence-led inquiry. It is a pressure tactic designed to intimidate a citizen who understands his rights.
So that's why I'm asking you for them as well.
Right.
So could I have your name and date of birth and address, please?
What, you think I've committed a public order offence?
Yeah, because an officer's just told me that you've sworn at her in the street.
Well, I need to get her to make that statement then, because she's lying.
Well, she's just told me as she's driven in that you've sworn at her.
Did she?
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll be making a complaint about her then.
That's absolutely
And if you
fine.
take my details, I will have to sue West Yorkshire Police.
That's not a problem. You feel free to do so. The reason I've explained the reasons why I'm asking you for your details.
What happens if I don't give my details?
Then you're potentially committing an offence.
Well, I will.
It's a lot easier if you do, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to give my details.
Okay.
I will if you tell me that I'll be arrested if I don't.
Well, potentially you may be. Yeah, it may make your arrest necessary under Section 24 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act because your name and address can't be verified.
Right.
And I've got reasonable grounds to suspect that you've committed an offence.
What reasonable grounds is that?
But I've been told by a fellow officer that you've been verbally abusive in a public place, which would be a Section 4A public order.
I have it all recorded, officer.
That's fine.
Do you want me to show you the recording?
Not at the moment, but I want.
Because I could show you the recording.
I want you to.
And then you would know.
Details, and I've explained it to you. You've asked me to explain it to you, and I've laid it out plain and simple.
Here, a public order offense appears to exist not because of evidence, but solely because a sergeant has declared it so. When News Now Yorkshire asks what the consequences of non-compliance would be, the response becomes a masterclass in recycling threats. A refusal to provide details for an alleged offense suddenly becomes a fresh justification for arrest. By invoking Section 24 pace without any objective evidence, these officers demonstrate that their claimed necessity for arrest is rooted more in convenience and rank than in law. Most damning of all is their outright refusal to view the auditor's footage, evidence that could have resolved the entire dispute instantly.
I don't think I have to give my details, officer.
You do.
I do.
You've been verbally abusive towards somebody.
I haven't, though.
She's alleging that you have.
I haven't, though.
As I said before, I've got reasonable grounds to suspect that you've committed a public order offence.
But I haven't.
Okay, listen to me. Because of that nature, that's why I require your details. And
right.
as I've explained to you, if you don't give me your name and address, and can't verify who you are, it may make your arrest necessary in order to ascertain those details.
Will you arrest me if I don't?
I'm not saying I definitely will, but I'm saying it may make your arrest necessary.
Am I being detained right now?
At the moment, because I need your details.
Yeah, I'm being detained.
Potentially, if you don't give me your details, you may be arrested. Is what I'm saying.
No, I just want to check if I'm being detained right now.
I understand why you can't just give me your details.
I'd rather not. That's the point.
But I'm asking you to.
If I have to by law, then I will.
You do have to by law, yeah.
Okay, and what section of law says I have to?
I'm telling you that because you committed an offence.
I haven't, though.
I suspect that you have.
You suspect that I have?
I suspect that you have.
Okay.
I only need reasonable grounds to suspect. That's 2 to 3 out of 10 on the scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I've got that reasonable suspicion.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Can you let me know that lady's name or collar number?
So she's a sergeant who was off duty at the time, coming into work for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Because
she's a police
she's
officer.
lied to you. Now you've threatened me with arrest, which has now made me have to give my details. So I will have to make a call to my solicitor.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, okay.
You go right ahead.
The officers backed him into a corner with a manufactured necessity. Give us your name, or we will take away your freedom. This is not a legitimate use of arrest powers. It is coercion disguised as procedure. By claiming they needed to arrest News Now Yorkshire simply to identify him, they twisted Pace Code G from a legal safeguard into a tool for extracting personal information. An arrest cannot lawfully be used to punish non-cooperation, particularly when the underlying suspicion itself is based on an allegation that remains unsubstantiated. When he finally provided his identification, it was not an admission of guilt or a sudden willingness to cooperate. It was a response to an escalation that had been carefully engineered from the outset.
I can't believe she lied to you, officer. I have got it all recorded though, just so you know.
If you want to make a complaint.
Yeah, I will be making a complaint straight away. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I haven't got
Is that what she actually said to you? I told her to pee off.
As I drove out of the gate, she was driving in and she said, "Will I have a word with you?" Yeah. Because she'd spoken to you and you told her to, I'm not going to say the full word, but pee off. You understand what I mean by that?
I understand what you're saying, but she's lying to you. You know that, don't you?
Well, if she's lying to me, she's lying to me. If it's on your camera, then you've got grounds for a complaint.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
but I'm not lying to you. I can only go about.
You know, last time this happened, I got £1,000 for it. You know. Right. Yeah. That was at Humberside though.
What was that? What was that in relation to though?
Because someone said I was committing antisocial behaviour, so the officer unlawfully used Section 50 of the Police Reform Act to gain my details, just like you've unlawfully used Section 5 to get my details. Okay. And then they offered me £1,000 for my trouble.
I haven't used Section 5. Oh, did you use? You've potentially committed an offence under Section 4A of the Public Order Act.
Oh, okay. Section 4A.
Yeah.
And that requires me to give my details.
It doesn't require you to give your details.
You just told me it did.
What I'm saying, no, you're twisting my words.
The word potentially is doing all the heavy lifting here because the officers have nothing concrete to rely upon. By hiding behind phrases such as potentially an offense or potentially a Section 4A offense, they attempt to transform speculation into a legal foundation. But Section 4A is not a speculative power. It requires clear intent and a genuine impact. The constant shifting between different powers and legal justifications is not the sign of a focused investigation. It is the sound of a legal scramble. If a genuine offense had actually occurred, the narrative would not need to keep changing. Before we continue, there's something I've been building over the past few months with a small team. It's called Under What? Because whether people like it or not, the legal landscape in this country is changing. Powers are broad. Enforcement is active. New laws arrive quickly. And most people only discover what they don't know when they're already facing the consequences. Under What has been built to help you understand the system you live under at all times. Inside, there are more than 100 fully interactive legal guides. Not just information to read, but practical scenarios where you make decisions and see how those decisions affect your legal position, escalation risk, and evidential standing. StopBot is built directly into the platform, a policing-focused AI designed specifically around UK law. It explains powers and legal thresholds clearly. In guide mode, it acts like a teacher, expanding upon the lessons and reinforcing your understanding so that you're not left second-guessing yourself. There is also a daily UK policing news feed focused on real-world incidents, operational changes, crime developments, and policing activity. Alongside that are exclusive in-depth articles from me covering police misconduct cases, upcoming legislation, and what those developments actually mean in practice. Then there are the protection tools. A live drone safety map with NOTAM awareness, a civil claim checker to assess potential liability, a police complaint generator, a subject access request builder, and many more features currently in development. This platform isn't built around outrage. It's built because confidence in policing within the UK is at an all-time low, and people need to remain informed, prepared, and protected. It launches soon at an affordable monthly price. If you'd like to see it properly when it goes live, the Under What channel is linked below in the description. What
I'm saying to you is because I've got reasonable grounds to suspect that you've committed an offence. Yeah. If you don't give me your details, it may make your arrest necessary under section 24 of PACE. Because your name and address cannot be verified. And I suspect that you've committed an offence.
Well, that's the full explanation. Thank you for that.
That's what I said to you the first time.
Well, I didn't get that explanation, so maybe you didn't explain it properly, and maybe I didn't understand.
Well, you understand it now, though.
I do, 100%. Yeah, yes. I can't believe she lied to you, and she's a sergeant. She's going around lying to you guys. Do you want me to show you the video?
No.
Is it because you know that she's lying?
I don't know that she's lying.
I think you know. Okay. I think you know. I think you do know.
We're literally just going off what we've been told.
Yeah, what you've been told is a lie, though, is what I'm saying. I could show you the video now and show you that she's lying. What do you guys reckon? Your personal opinion?
My personal opinion doesn't matter. I don't work. My personal opinion has to stay at home when I come to work.
Well, use your detective skills then. What do you think?
This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Speaking to you.
Well, yeah, I could have showed you the video.
To find out your version of events.
No, you know what you're doing is getting my details unlawfully.
Okay. I'm not. I've already explained to you the reason why.
I could have showed you the video, and then you would have no reason to get my details.
If you're happy to show me the video, I'm happy to watch it. It's not a problem.
Well, there's no point now because you've already given my details.
This is the moment when any appearance of fairness completely disappears. By repeatedly refusing to view the footage, the only objective record of the encounter, the officers abandon professional assessment in favor of unquestioning loyalty to a colleague's account. One officer even admits she is acting solely on what she's been told, proving that evidence was never being weighed. A narrative was simply being protected from challenge. Remarkably, they only decide that the footage matters after they have successfully obtained his personal details. That timing speaks volumes. If the objective had truly been to establish the facts, the footage would have been reviewed first.
I might as well speak to my solicitor now and get my £1,000.
You've offered to show me the video, then that's fine.
Yeah, and you'll see that your Sarge is a liar.
Well, show me it if you want to show me it. I'm not bothered.
Am I being detained?
No, you're free to go. Thank you for giving me your details. Just be careful where you're flying it.
No, I won't.
Obviously, bear in mind that side of the gate and the fence is private property.
Oh no, I've already been over there.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go over again.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But bear in mind that you may be spoken to again by an officer if it's deemed that your drone's interfering with any police activities or anything like that.
All right, well, I've got permission to be here.
From
the Civil Aviation Authority.
Okay, have you got that in writing? Have you got anything on you can show me to confirm that?
Do I need to?
Well, I'm not just going to believe you, am I?
Well, I'm not just going to believe you that your sergeant's a liar.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to get drawn into this back and forth with you.
You've already been drawn into it.
I've spoken to you. I've ascertained what you're doing. As long as you're not interfering
what happened
with
to the
police
section
activities,
4A?
That's fine. I'm not going to take any further action against it.
No further action?
Yeah.
Why? Because you know that she's a liar?
I'm going to give you words of advice.
No, I don't want your words of advice.
Well, I'm going to offer you
can stick your words of advice.
Right, I'm going to offer you them anyway.
No, I don't want them.
The moment his details are secured, the entire legal performance collapses. Suddenly, all of the serious language about public order offenses, terrorism concerns, and statutory powers disappears. That is not a coincidence. It is revealing. If those alleged offenses genuinely carried weight, they would not be abandoned the instant a name was obtained. Legitimate concerns do not vanish that quickly. Once the box had been ticked and the information secured, the officers no longer had any reason to continue. That reality suggests that everything said beforehand was simply a tactic designed to achieve an outcome they had no lawful right to demand.
I speak to people in future.
But I didn't speak to anybody in any. She's a liar. I never told her to pee off. She's an absolute liar. I will be making a complaint. Okay. I will be suing. Thank you very much. What's your details?
6468.
From the station?
Yep.
Your details?
290.
From the station?
Yep.
And her details?
She'll find those out for you. I believe her name's Sergeant Wiltshire, or Wiltshire, my apologies.
Sergeant Wiltshire?
Yep.
And her numbers?
I don't know them.
Well, I need her numbers.
I don't know them.
We'll have to radio through then.
I don't know them.
She's the one that made the complaint. I need to make a complaint about the lying sergeant.
Just ask to speak to Sergeant Wiltshire. She works on Team 4 Patrol South at Ellen Road. That's all you'll need.
Well, can't you just radio through and ask for her details?
No, because she's not actually on duty at the moment, because she was in, as you said, she was in a civilian car in a civilian clothing, so she's...
You could ring the control room and ask what her caller number is.
I can't do that at the moment because I'm too busy, but you've got all the details.
But you weren't too busy to come and stop to talk to me?
Thank you very much.
Yeah? See you later, sausages.
I prefer bacon.
The legal consequences of this encounter were always likely because the entire incident was built upon a claim that collapsed the moment it faced scrutiny. When a sergeant allegation of swearing is accepted without question by colleagues who refuse even a glance at potentially exculpatory footage, policing stops being about evidence and starts becoming a process of intimidation. The officers have plenty of time to remain on scene while threatening arrest and invoking terrorism-related concerns in order to obtain his identity. Yet they suddenly became unavailable the moment news Now Yorkshire requested the caller numbers needed for accountability. That glaring double standard decisive when demanding compliance, but dismissive when facing scrutiny, reveals the true nature of the encounter. It was never about public order. It was never about national security. The fact that every serious concern disappeared the moment they obtained what they wanted demonstrates that there was never a genuine offense at the center of this interaction. There was only a misuse of authority that must now withstand legal examination. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue with my independent coverage. Also, don't forget to check out News Now Yorkshire. His channel is linked in the description. Thanks for watching. This was Rate the Audit, and I'll see you in the next one.